All right, guys, we back for another episode of True Table Podcast. We are in Wilmington, Delaware, aka Claymont, Delaware. We're not in Philadelphia this episode. This is going to be something different, something special, something near and dear to my heart. Everybody who knows me know I'm a heavy advocate for mental health, and why not have a therapist, a legalized, certified therapist for this episode. So for this episode, we got Dr. Ebony. Dr.
Maddrey.
Ebony. This is my dog. This is my friend. This is a near, dear person to the family. She helps me a lot with my daughter. Every week. Every week. Everybody like, yo, I know you go to therapy. Your daughter go to therapy. How did we get into the fold and stuff like that? So, Dr. Ebony, do what you do. Introduce yourself.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
thank you. So yes, I am Ebony Maddrey. I am a licensed professional counselor. I'm not doctor yet. I'm working on it towards
We're going
it.
to talk it into existence.
All right. I received that. But so just like you were saying, mental health is very dear and near to me too. I've been
Right.
doing this well over 20 years. And when you're little and you experience stuff, you don't realize how it's going to
Right.
come full circle and
Right.
work for your greater good. And so when I was younger, we experienced a lot of loss early,
Okay.
right? But our family was like business as usual, like
Right.
keep ticking,
Absolutely.
One of my uncles committed suicide, and I went
Oh,
skating that same night.
For
I
real?
was in the house where
Now that story I know about this one. Okay.
yeah, and so we used to go skating every Saturday.
Okay. Where you used to go skating at?
Ellesmere.
Ellesmere skating.
Yeah,
rink.
Ellesmere
Okay.
skating rink
That was a
here
time
in
back in
Wilmington,
the day.
Delaware. Yes. One of my fondest memories is when Cool C came.
Cool. See.
Ooh.
You got it.
But yeah,
Not the
so
glamorous life.
yes,
Okay.
Cool C was there. But anyway, so we experienced a lot of loss, right?
Okay.
And early on in life, I was always one to hold space for people.
Right.
And I knew that wasn't normal.
Right.
My aunt had an aneurysm,
God
and we
damn.
were in the house.
Wow.
Right? We missed school that day,
Right.
but the day after that, we were back in school.
Like nothing ever happened.
Like nothing ever happened, and I think the mindset was always like keep things as normal as possible.
Yeah.
And while that's
yeah.
great, there
Oh.
was still a lot of unprocessed thoughts and feelings behind
Right,
it, right?
right.
And so as I got older, I thought I wanted to be a civil engineer, right? Full ride to college for
Damn.
engineering.
You was gonna get that money
I was
regardless.
going to get that money. Turned it down.
Dang.
I ended up going to school for biology. Exactly.
I
right?
thought I knew you.
Listen.
I thought I knew you.
So I started out with biology, switched to education,
Okay.
got a degree in early childhood education. While I was teaching, I realized I was counseling my parents every day after class.
Come on now.
Before class, after class. So I was joking. I like to joke.
Yeah.
So I'm like, F it.
Yeah.
I'm going back to school to be a counselor.
Might as well. Go get
right?
that coin.
So I enrolled to become a counselor, and I've been doing it ever since. And it's something
Wow.
that comes supernatural.
Right.
I've been able to utilize a lot of my traumatic experiences to help others because when I was young, I didn't know I was in crisis.
Right. You
It
just
was
was living
normal.
life.
I was living, right? Until I got
And you was
older.
living too.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into that.
Yes.
Speaking of living, this how we're gonna start off the pod with a truth shot. Now
Okay.
basically the truth shot is it's an introduction, get the blood circulating a little bit, get the
Okay.
truth flowing here at the Truth Table Podcast. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna toast. So do you swear to tell the truth? Hold up, lady. She's just so quick to drink. My God. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you pod.
Absolutely. That's the only way.
That's the only way. I know that's
Yeah,
right.
The only way. Oh,
That's
I
my
thought we
kind of
tapped at
woman.
the end.
Hey, long as we time it. Ooh-wee. Now,
Yeah, I'm gonna sit this right here.
yeah, I know that's right. So you said you was counseling your parents. Mm-hmm. How did they? All right, elaborate to that. Was it? Did they look at you as their daughter, or did they take you as all right? This is a person that really know what they talking about, and how did that go? Because I can't imagine you just counseling your parents at a young age?
Oh, not my parents. The parents in my classroom.
Classroom. Got you.
I'm
Got
sorry. See, you hadn't even taken a truth shot yet.
you. Hit,
But
child. Listen.
so the parent. I'm sorry if I misled anybody, but it was the parents in my classroom. So I was
Oh,
the teacher in the classroom.
got you.
And my parents would hang out before and after
Got
while
you.
picking up.
Yeah, I'm like,
their
damn, how'd she
kids.
do that?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I did hold space for my parents, and we'll talk about that too,
Okay.
right? And so, in holding that space for the parents of the children I was teaching,
Okay.
right? I was just like, yo, I'm here sometimes 2 hours after dismissal, right? Because it was just so much.
Y'all
So they
salary,
were-
ain't y'all? There ain't no overtime.
Ain't no overtime, right? But I am
Free.
one where I never wanted to rush people when they were getting it off their chest,
Right.
right? Which has
But
been,
you gotta get home and season them gizzards.
listen, but that has been one of my, I consider it both a strength and a weakness.
Right.
And so that's always been a challenge for me. And so even to this day, you know, I schedule
true.
every hour on the hour.
You ain't lying.
And sometimes I'm running over, I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, but I don't want to stop that thought, you know.
Do you remember that one time? This was in the beginning. This was some years ago. Now, mind you, we in year 2025. We met year.
20, 21, 22?
Yeah, it was like pandemic-ish around that time.
Coming out of it.
Yeah. So, do you remember? I had a problem with something like that. You was like, listen, I said, not to be rude, I'm off the clock, whatever. I'm looking at this phone like, what? What you mean? I got a problem. She was like, I'm off the clock, whatever. It was time for work. It was work, and I like to mentally, such and such. And I looked at that, and I remember ever since that day, and I took that with me to my regular everyday living. And I was like, you know what? When I'm off, when I'm home, I'm off. Like, home is home, work is work, and I can't cross that boundary. I can't let it bleed into what's going on. So in the moment, what I'm trying to say is, to me, I took it as a negative because I was in crisis, whatever. Well, the situation was in crisis, but it's like when I thought about it later in that day, I'm like, I ain't mad at her. Like, because who want to deal with that? Who wants to deal with somebody else's problems all day, every day? You got to come home and still deal with your problems as well as too. So it's like, it's a balance. And ever since that day, I took on the word balance to a whole nother level. So I just want to say thank you for that, because I never looked at it like that.
And most people
Never.
don't, right? It's like I have a need and I want my need addressed immediately,
Right.
No matter what's happening. And I legit used to operate like that to the point where, and if my kids see this, where
Hi, kids.
I would be late getting to the school picking up my kids because I was holding space for other people.
Right,
I was trying to get out the door, and I'm watching the clock, knowing I got a 30-minute drive to still
Traffic.
get to them, right? And you just never know.
Never.
And the thing that switched for me, I kid you not, one year I was late getting my son. It was a snowstorm. And when I pulled up, my son was the last kid there. And the
I know he was pissed.
pissed ain't the word, right? And the custodian had left.
The custodian?
So when it was late,
Oh, my
right?
God.
And again, it's snow.
Right,
so
right.
I couldn't.
Yeah, it can't be guarded, yeah.
Yeah, and so when I saw it, and he had to stand outside and wait for me because I was holding space for other people. And I think when we think about balance and how it impacts our household, this is what I do, and I love what I do for work, but I also have to consider what I love and what I birthed
But my
into this
business
world.
hours is from 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Okay, Big Red.
So, yeah.
I don't see nothing wrong with that. Especially, like I said, your job is to take on other people's problems all day. So even with, my therapist personally. So people don't know, my therapist introduced me to Ebony, and we've been locked in area since then. So my question to you is, which I didn't know was a thing, that therapists even need therapists.
Therapists
So-
need therapists.
So have you ever felt like, or been in that mindset, like, yo, I need to talk to somebody, like, to get some stuff off my chest as well?
I have. And it's funny because I say to people every time, like, if we're not a good connection, it's okay to say that because I'm going to help
True.
you find a connection, right?
True.
And so having to take my own advice, I was seeing this therapist and she was not a good fit for me.
Wow.
So I showed up.
Was she one of them?
She was. But that's not the reason why. You know
That's
what I
how
mean?
I found y'all, though. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I don't want to talk to nobody that don't look like me.
So I'm cool with talking to people that don't look like me.
I am
right?
now. I wasn't then.
Growth, right?
Yeah.
And so it's just what I needed at the time.
Right.
She couldn't help me.
Right.
And me being a therapist, I never forget. I was sitting in her office like, I wouldn't have put that there. But I'm engaged with her.
You're critiquing, but you actually got you.
Yeah, and
Okay.
so I'm just like, I can't keep showing up to this lady because I'm not. It's not going to benefit me.
It's not.
And I don't want to waste her time, and I darn sure don't want to waste my own. And so I tell my clients that too. Like, don't waste my time because I don't want to waste yours.
It's your time, right?
And if I'm not a good fit for you, that's cool. But knock on wood, I haven't really had clients that told me that, they weren't a good fit. And the way that I operate, I keep in touch with a lot of my families that have like kind of graduated from needing weekly or monthly therapy, and so I love following up with them. I love checking in. I love getting all the updates to see like what the kids are doing now.
Right.
And that's just always a blessing to be able to witness that. But therapists need therapists.
Absolutely.
Because
I can only imagine the traumas that y'all hear on a day-to-day basis. And it's like, and I know, like, all right, so in this field, is HIPAA still a thing, though, too, right? All right, so I know you probably like, just listen like, ooh, child, this heifer is tore up. But everybody's story is unique. And like, just like even when I see like people that's like homeless or whatever, and when I was a kid, we used to bust on them and joke and bid on them.
Yeah.
As I got older, I'm like, damn, what's their story? Like, they could have been like one paycheck away or one fire that made them lose their family and they lost their mind. So now, as I got older, I was like, now I have empathy, but I was an asshole. I ain't even gonna lie. As a kid, I just like, I don't want to say asshole, but I was a kid, but I just was immature. But I was like super immature, but I was just like, I thought everything was just funny, but like, as you got older, you like,
ain't nothing funny about
that, yo.
Nothing.
Nothing.
And it's the same with people who struggle with addiction, right?
That's true.
And I used to teach, or I used to work in the drug and alcohol field, and I will always say, like, everybody is one decision away from being addicted to something.
That's true.
And while we all have addictions, it might not be to a substance.
True.
True. And so, how important it is to be non-judgmental.
So do you think addiction, even though every addiction or the subject is different, but addiction, the premise of addiction is still the same, no matter what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. How?
So think about it. So when we think about like the 12 steps and what that represents, right? It primarily represents believing in something greater than yourself, right?
True.
Like people believe in different gods. And that's their prerogative.
Right,
but as long as you believe in something let me sip on it.
Yeah, I know that's right.
As long as you believe in something that's greater than yourself. Right? Because at this level, if we don't believe in anything outside of ourselves, we're stuck.
Yeah.
In a major way. And so I look at gambling.
That's
addiction. I look at food.
Definitely.
Addiction.
I'm addicted to food right now.
Listen, me too.
I mean, you should see my episode 1 to now. I done blew up. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. But life been lifing.
Life's been lifing, right? It could be sexual addictions. That's a real thing that a lot of people don't want to talk about.
Come on now.
Right? And
there's some freaky frogs out here.
It is.
Ribbit.
That be leaping. But but addiction is addiction no matter what your thing is, right? And so it's mindset.
Right.
And it's like if I can't go without a thing, or if my life has become unmanageable because of a thing,
right?
Addiction.
Come on now.
The steps apply to no matter what that addiction is. And so that's why I always tell people, like, don't be judgmental because yours might not be crack.
Right.
Yours might not be fentanyl. Like, you know what I mean?
You still addicted.
You're still addicted.
Like, just because you might do sports betting, they ain't no different. You can still lose your house.
You can still lose your house.
So
think about when you walk through the casino and everybody is in a daze, right?
Not in Vegas right now.
But listen.
But I know what you mean, though.
But that days is no different than people being like nodded out on the block.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
Like they're in a zone, something has taken over.
And have you ever noticed in casinos, speaking of that, there's no windows.
No windows, no clocks.
No, none of that. Time is frozen. It's people that went in.
Those sounds, addiction.
Addiction. Come on now. Come on now. That's why I had to have you on the pod.
Yeah. I mean, I do like those sounds. But I believe I have enough self-control to kind of navigate it in such a way, right? But
I only got $20 worth of those sounds. After that, I'm gone.
Yeah. And we're not going to the ATM.
But the moment they put Uno in there, I'm there. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm draw two, skip, reverse, Uno out. Okay. I'm going.
Okay.
And it's taxis.
But yeah, so.
Damn. Okay. So, all right. Damn, you just told me a lot. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm thinking back like, that was some good shit already. Okay. So, all right. The days that you've been, let me ask you this. Has there ever been a time you left from work and you just like, you know what? I don't know if this is for me anymore. You done heard something so wild, so crazy, it just like, you just like tapped out?
I never felt like this wasn't for me. There have been days where I was like, this is some heavy shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I have gone back to what I said, like I've always wanted to fix things, right? And so it's like my heart bleeds when kids are going through certain things, you know. My heart bleeds when families are going through certain things, you know. And so just trying to show up and be there for them is something that has always motivated me to keep going.
Okay.
One of the reasons why I believe I will never step away from the field. So I'm real big on the boundary setting piece,
Absolutely.
right? Burnout is a real thing.
Definitely burnout.
Compassion fatigue is a real thing, right?
Yes.
And so I have mastered paying attention to myself, right? I'll unplug, I'll check out when I need to. Yeah, and so for me, what it was, when I was a preschool teacher, I lost one of my babies. He was caught in a crossfire. And that was the first time in my life that I ever went to the funeral of a baby, like a 5-year-old. He was a baby to me. You know what I mean? And that changed me forever. Like, I still think about that little boy.
You know how I feel about gun violence.
Yeah, and, you know, like just seeing somebody that I was able to nurture and to watch run around on the playground and to learn how to do different skills, right? That hurt. It stung really bad. Yeah. And so since that time, I've been even more committed and dedicated to the field and showing up for the kids in a way that only I know how, you know what I mean? And when I was working for agencies and different programs, when it came time for me to leave, I would leave my number.
Like a card or something like that?
Call me. Yeah, I've had the same number for over 20 years. I told you I've been in the field for over 20 years.
I had my same number since your client, my daughter, been born.
Yeah.
Ooh,
and because of that, years? I won't change my number. You know, stuff happens and people like, I'm going to change my number. Nah, mine is the same.
You ever had a person call your phone? Like, you still got this phone?
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yes, and I had a young lady say, people that keep the same number offer a heightened sense of stability. I never looked at it like that.
They do. I like that. Clock
it. But yeah, what the kids do.
Clock it.
But yeah, but for that reason, I won't change my number. I have kids that I worked with when they were in elementary school, middle school, high school, that still keep in touch with me to this day. They're now parents.
That part.
You know, they're now parents. So I'm like officially one of them.
Should I go there, y'all?
Go ahead.
So they're still parents. So you started in what year?
They're parents now.
They're parents now.
Yeah.
But you knew
I started teaching in 98.
1998.
1998.
Before the 99 and 2000. Before they was backing it up.
Before then.
Wow.
Been through all of that.
So, I'm going to go there. Fuck it. So, you had a life before this part of your life. Before your calling. What kind of child was you? What kind of young adult was you?
Off the chain.
Off the chain. There we go. You better talk
chain. But I tell my babies that now.
Yeah. You tell me all the time. You like, listen, I was outside.
Outside.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
I was off the chain as a kid. But I always tell the young people too, my grades never reflected my behavior.
That part.
Right?
That part.
I would kind of consume myself and throw myself into the classwork in the classroom. But once I hit the hallway, hats off. Once I was outside, I was outside. You know what I mean? But
you was cutting up, but them grades ain't affect nothing.
Yeah, no, the grades didn't affect nothing.
You ever notice that, like, a lot of kids that be giving teachers the problems or whatever, they be smart as hell, grades be on point.
Yeah.
But they just, either they class clowns or they bored or whatever. Like, what is your diagnosis? Like, do you have a diagnosis for that, or like where does that come from?
I call it adjustment disorder. Like stuff happens that causes people to act a certain way, right?
Right.
And so since we're gonna go there and we, have to telling the truth, I'm gonna go there, right? And so
the True Table podcast, like, share, and subscribe.
So listen. And like I said, I'm very transparent, right? So I'm a firm believer of the things that I talk about. I don't care who you tell because I said it.
That part.
Right? And so for me, my acting out, nobody in my family knew why I was acting out. They thought I was just mouthy. They thought I was just aggressive and defiant, right? Catty. All that stuff.
Showing your ass.
Showing my ass. And I was. But it was a protective thing for me.
Right.
Because I had been molested, And I always say this, like, a lot of times we think about perpetrators as greasy old men.
No.
It goes on both sides.
A lot of times it be them women.
It be the women.
Just like Antoine Fisher, she said, nigga.
So, having had that experience, being unable to talk about it, right? Who was I going to talk to? Right?
Nobody.
Think about it. I was raised in a really good family.
Right.
I always felt safe in my family.
Right.
So even though I had that experience, I had nowhere to channel that. Why do kids not tell? I don't want my parents to go to jail.
They don't want their parents to go to jail. They don't want to get in trouble. They norm is not going to be their norm no more, and they know it.
Right. Now you got everybody looking at you different.
True.
Right? Am I damaged because this happened, right? So if I think that I'm damaged and I'm not talking to nobody about it, what else am I going to do? I'm going to fight every chance I get.
Right. It's going to show in other areas.
It's going to show in other areas. And for me, it showed in a lot of areas.
Damn.
Fighting, suspensions. My mom was getting called every single day.
Every day.
Every day. So every time she got called, I got my ass whooped.
Losing money. You ain't got no PTO time at that job.
None.
Can't stand a boss.
And so, just going through those things, and then the losses that I shared about, like, we lost like 5 family members within a 3 to 4 month period, right? But it also built character. That's how I look at it.
Okay.
It built character. So while it happened, there was no therapy. No. There was no family conversations. It's like, oh, it happened, and
That's wild.
And so
5?
Yeah. At an early age, and life kept lifing. Your a kid, stay in a child's place.
People crumble at 1.
People crumble at 1. So that's the thing, and that's why I say not to be judgmental, because you don't know what people have been through.
Right.
And so back in my day, kids say crash out.
Yeah.
I would have been considered a crash out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
And
Classified,
right? And so when I talk to people, they be like, not you. I'm like,
yeah.
One day I decided to change. And I tell people all the time, especially when they say, oh, I got anger management issues. When I was younger, they would have said that to me.
Right.
No, I had decision-making issues.
Everything's a choice.
Everything is
Choices
a choice.
and consequences. I tell my child that all the time.
And so when I realized that, and I met a crisis counselor, I didn't know she was a crisis counselor, right?
Wow.
I just rocked with the lady.
Yeah.
She was cool.
She was cool.
I rocked with her, and she started pouring into me.
Ooh.
And then I was like, I want to do for other kids what she did for me.
Right. So you want to give back.
I want to give back. She didn't ask nothing of me but to be great. You know what I mean? She told me that I was great. She told me that I had purpose, that I had a future. Nobody was talking to me like that.
So at what age was that for you?
I was a 9th grader. So what's that? 14?
14, 15, something
14,
like that?
15.
And how old do you think she probably was?
At that time, she probably was maybe in her late 30s. And guess what? We still keep in touch to this day.
I'm about to ask you.
Still keep in touch.
So my
segue
is going to be, have you ever seen her since that day?
Oh, yeah. One time, I was speaking at a high school, right? And I was leading with my high school experience, having a counselor that cared about me, that took the time out to talk to me. And I was encouraging the teachers to be that person for their students, right? If you really want to make a connection, you really want to make a change, you need to be that person for your students.
That part.
Right?
It starts with you.
It starts with you. So I was playing Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. Like I had my whole little thing out, right?
You gotta beat it.
Listen, and as I'm talking, y'all, I look in the back, and my counselor was in that
sitting
room.
there in the same room.
She in the back crying. As soon as I locked eyes with her, I started crying in front of all these people.
Did the whole room just disappear?
Yeah, because at that point it was just me and her.
Yeah, tunnel vision, like boom. Like,
and I was like, oh my God. And I told her, I had to like recompose myself. And I was like, the person I'm referring to is right there. She knew who I was talking about.
Look at God.
Yeah, and so that was confirmation for me. So I'm
That's deep.
She did it, I can do it. You know what I mean? I wrote a book. She wrote the foreword for me.
Hold on, your book is called what?
The Blender, the one that she wrote the foreword for. It's called The Blender, and it's about a young lady who just had a lot of life experiences, right? The character in the book represents some of the things that I went through. And I always tell people, like, when you read it, and it can be girls or guys, right? They know somebody like the main character.
Yeah. They can resonate with them.
If it's not them, they can relate to that character because they're connected to somebody like her.
The Blender.
Yeah.
We got to drop that like right below something like. Can you get on Amazon?
Amazon, Barnes and Noble. Yeah. So.
Well, aren't there out these streets?
The Blender, The Clinic.
The Clinic.
Let's Talk Families.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I have 3 pieces floating around. 3 pieces in a workbook. You know.
Okay.
Something light.
So. Yo, you something else. Something like, yo, she from the block. So let me ask you this. So, all right, as you know me as the parent of one of your patients or clients. So, luckily, I was already into the mental health world. I was getting treated myself. So, as we know, we're both of African American descent. And the community that we come from, a lot of people, they're not really messing with mental health because they had that stigma like, oh, I'm not crazy, I'm not this, I'm not that. So I'm a heavy advocate of a person of trying to bridge the gap between, how can I put it? I'm trying to bridge the gap between people who need the help and people that want to get the help but don't know what avenues, what channels to go to. What would be some great advice for you to get them to cross that bridge?
I think first we have to normalize therapy. I think that once COVID hit and going through COVID, a lot of people became more aware of what was needed, not only for them, but for their households.
True.
And during that time, they started reaching out because everybody was spiraling, right?
Yeah.
And so
In
I
real
say
time.
now, you know, when I go out and speak, or if I see something, like I could be a little intrusive, right? Like if I'm out and there's a parent like going in on their kid, like I'll be like, have you ever considered?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'll kind of try to inject it that way.
Yeah,
like y'all should come see me, or have you ever considered therapy? Like, and some people will be like, don't nobody need therapy. Therapy don't work. I don't need nobody telling me what to do. And I'm like, therapy is not only someone telling you what to do. Therapy is to give you a safe space to unpack whatever it is, because you're sitting here going in on your kid, and I know from what I just witnessed, it's really not about your kid. It's a little deeper than that. And I think if we as a people could just allow ourselves to be held accountable, you know, and called out on our own mess, then we can be open to getting the help that we need. We can be open to being better parents towards our kids. We can be better friends to our friends. We can be better children to our parents, even.
Better mates to our
mean?
mates and everything.
Yeah. And so I think I just normalize the conversation. Like I talk about therapy everywhere I go. Now, the one place I don't talk about therapy is if I'm out like at a social gathering, right? Because the first thing that people say, like let's say we at the bar or something, you know what I mean? Or a happy hour type thing.
We just chilling.
And if I say, oh, I'm a therapist, the next thing is,
blew my
are you
high.
analyzing me?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, nah, I'm just talking. And so then it becomes everything I say, they're thinking.
Everything's on the record and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't got time for that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, you know.
You ain't there yet.
Yeah. And, you know, I think that even falls under that balance too. Like.
I'm glad you said it. Now, I'm going to segue to this.
Okay.
This wasn't on my radar. But has your profession ever cock-blocked you into something that you wanted to pursue?
Yeah.
Ooh, I respect the honesty. I respect the honesty.
Look,
that's my dog.
You know, and
that's my dog.
I don't play those games. You know what I mean? So
right.
If I'm into you, I'm into you. Like, I'm not going to treat you as one of my clients. I want you as my partner. You know what I mean? So, and I'm like, I don't want to have to defend my profession or what I do professionally because one has nothing to do with the other.
At all.
And when we think about trust and we think about relationships and relationship building, you should trust me enough to know that. That part. I can't fight with somebody else's insecurities, and I don't try.
And I'm not going to.
Yeah, nah.
No, the day you do, the day is over. Like, no.
But my mom has said that to me, too.
What she said?
I'm not one of your clients. She said, she didn't say that. She said, I'm not one of your.
Yeah, I ain't one of your little friends. Yeah, okay.
You know, like, I ain't one of your. Treat me like I'm a client. I'm like, what you talking about? I'm having a regular conversation.
You know what's crazy? So, hi, Mom. So, like, I've noticed, so, I think I would say I'm kind of the first. Well, I'm the only really boy in my family. So I'm context purposes. I'm one of the only males in my family. Full of women. So I would say that I'm one of the only people that really took mental health really seriously. So now that I think I might have set a standard, like I could create an actual norm. Like now, they see how. I peep that people really pay attention to what you're going through, how you react to it, and how you consistent with it. Yeah. So I'm approaching year 5 for my own journey. I think my child is year 2.5, 3.
Like 3, yeah.
No, you knew her since middle school. So we're going
4.
God damn, time is time, man. My God. Yeah. So so I say it's been a while. So how do you get to the point where people are really taking it seriously? Like okay, you're setting an example. Like my mom now, she started going to therapy, and ever since she started going to therapy, me and her relationship has been night and day. Okay. It got to a point where me and my mom's relationship was not healthy at all. Yeah. Like at all. It was like I was so disconnected. But it's like, damn, once she started going to therapy, now we talking a whole different language. Now we talking. Yeah. That's not even language. Now we talking. Yeah. And it's like, damn, I had to get traumatized in order to have a relationship with my mom. Like it's just weird.
Yeah. But
and I ain't trying to get emotional, but
it's a real thing.
It's crazy though.
It's a real thing, and like you said, I had to get traumatized by my mom, right, to get therapy. But I think when we think about grace and parenting, a lot of times as kids, we don't give our parents grace for the things that they've been through. Because while they
was kids too.
They were kids. They've been through stuff. Like my mom went through a lot of stuff, right? But she used to go in on me. Yeah. And as I got older, what I realized was she was going in on me because it was rooted in fear. She didn't want me to end up a certain way. True. Right? You know, and that was her way. So she thought of protecting me, but it was creating distance and discord. You know, and so once I became a therapist, of course I talked to everybody in my family about it. Like, you know, even my own children, they're all very, they have high emotional intelligence, you know. So I have 2 boys and a girl, and my daughter and I, we were in a period of like it was like bucking every day.
I heard so much about your daughter. It's like, I never met her, but I know, I hear her every session. Like yo, she really impacted you though. I can tell.
Yeah, and you know, but when she was younger, I would say like, do you want to go talk to somebody? Right. I don't need therapy. You know what I mean? Just because you're a therapist now, you think everybody's supposed to get therapy. But guess what? Wow. My daughter just turned 21 and she has a therapist. You know, but she had to come to that on her own. Yeah, she had to be ready for it. And I was frustrated with her when she was younger because I'm like, I'm helping everybody else and their kids, but I'm bucking with mine. Right. You know, right. And so
that's real.
Yeah, and that was hurtful to me because I'm like, why can't I reach her? You know,
your toughest patient yet.
Yeah. But
Damn,
what I will say,
wow,
she was absorbing everything that I was saying because now as an adult, and when she and shout out to her, she's in her senior year of
shout
college.
out to you.
So she's a senior this year, right?
You better get that degree.
So she has been able to display a lot of what I've said to her over the years, even in my frustration and trying to like get her to understand the thing. She's now that person for her peer group. So I can sit back and I'm like the proud mama, like, okay,
you go, girl.
The little birdie done flew the nest. And I really have faith that she can handle some stuff and she can navigate some stuff, so I don't worry as much.
Okay.
You know,
that's a
because
blessing.
It is a blessing, and she's true to herself. You know, and so I tell parents all the time, like, don't give up on them.
Don't.
Because
even they push you off,
it will shift. You know what I mean? But model some things.
I had some days with that child.
Oh yeah. All right. Shout out to my baby.
Made me pull my hair out.
You got a little.
She at work now, but it's been a summer. Oh my God.
But guess what? But she's learning.
She learning.
Right? She's learning. Even through her failures, right? I'm learning that there are consequences.
She say fuck it immensely.
Yeah.
She turned it off.
Well, the apple don't fall far from the tree.
Not too much. We ain't got no more liquor. Ooh, I was outside. But that is true though, cause like, yo, you see your child or you see yourself within your child, and you like, I can't even get mad at you at this point, cause like I see me, like, all right, this is my payback. This is my.
So let me ask you this. So when you see yourself in her, and this is what helped me deal with my daughter. I saw so much of myself in her, I had to laugh sometimes.
You got to.
Right?
Ooh.
I called my mom one
child.
day, and I said, you know what? I'm over here laughing because she's running me through the ringer.
She got me fucked up, Mom.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah.
I said, but I just want to thank you because every beating I got, I deserved.
Yeah.
But I was parenting her different, so she didn't get the beatings that I got.
And she don't
you know what I mean?
Either.
Exactly.
Man.
So it's like, and that's the thing when it comes to parenting. Like, it's like looking in the mirror, and that's where the frustration comes from.
Definitely the person in the mirror.
Yeah.
Especially you looking in the mirror, they look identical to you, and y'all the same sign?
Well, we're not. I'm an Aquarius. She's a Gemini.
Oh, you dealing with 2?
Maybe 6.
I'm being nice. But this person, the same sign, birthdays 5 days apart.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I just want to, get away from me, please.
But if we're being honest, they're not doing half of what we were doing at their age.
Not. Ooh, they not.
So that's what allowed me to have some grace.
And I can't take it.
Exactly. So it's like when you really think about it, and I tell parents, exactly. So I'm like, you know what? I really can't complain because they are good kids.
True.
I mean,
they just had their moments.
They had their moments. Like sometimes they want to slide up in the club. You know, but
lady, don't piss me off. I'm still mad. So, context purposes, my child went to the club. This heifer went to the club. She been on punishment all summer. Listen, this is the truth table.
But she took the punishment.
He took the punishment.
Yeah.
Mind you, it wasn't. What was the club? It was like
H2O.
H2O.
But it's a teen club.
Ocean City, Maryland, a teen club.
Yeah.
I want my teen in that club.
I know.
And mind you, I was a teen in the real club drinking.
Me too.
And all that. I was with the bartenders, man. So I can't get mad. But the fact that you said, fuck it, and you went anyway, I gotta scold you.
So think about when we were younger again.
True.
And we had that mindset like, I'm going to just take whatever punishment comes. Now, she didn't anticipate that being the punishment.
No, she ain't think that. She ain't think that.
Because she did it, she's like, all right, I got to take, what he put out there.
That's just like house party. Kid knew, his father said, don't leave out this house. Don't do this, don't do that. He said, I'm going to the house party anyway.
Exactly.
Look what he endeavored. Cops. He almost got the house caught on fire, getting his ass whooped. Love, heartbreak, everything. All because you wouldn't have big fun with the ratchets.
Because you want to have
in
big
Wilmington, Delaware. Shout out to Claire Huxtable.
So my daughter and I was laughing the other day, and we were talking about that because I always tell kids, like, we all go home to something different.
Right.
And I never forget, she was in middle school and wanted to go to a party at a pub.
The pub?
The pub, right?
Like
like an Irish pub, but they had rented out the spot to have a party.
That's a real liquor.
But it was like, I think 14 to 21.
No.
What? I'm like, and I'm telling her at that age, I'm like, no 18 or 21-year-old wants to be at a party with a 14-year-old. I
None.
mean, some of them do, but
But
for the most
the
part.
mentally, yeah.
And so she would be so upset with me that I wouldn't allow her to go to those events. And I'm like, you'll thank me later.
Yeah, you
but
will.
It really doesn't matter because I said no. You know what I mean? And she felt like she was missing out. I'm like, you didn't miss out.
Me miss out. I saved you, anything.
Come on.
I
She gets
saved
it
you.
now. You know, now she's old enough to go out. So.
Because you know why? They want to hang around with their friends who wish, all right, let me cook for a second. They want to hang with the friends who has the parents that they wish that they have, but they don't have.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
So, yeah, that's it. We can only do the best that we can.
Damn, so where we at? We had at least 40 minutes, so we're going to segue with this. It's a game that I like to call Two Truths and a Lie. So everybody like Two Truths and a Lie. So Two Truths and a Lie is basically a game where you got to tell me two truths, no matter what it is, whatever shape or form, and you got to give me one lie. And I got to figure out what's the lie. The people got to figure out what's the lie. And it got to be truthful, and I got to figure out this lie. It got to be a good lie. And you're a therapist. I know you got a good lie somewhere.
But I'm transparent, so I don't really be trying to lie. Like,
that's a lie right there. Black women lie. It's like, I'm playing.
Look, no. You save yourself a lot of headache by just telling the truth and being honest.
That's right. But this time you got to lie.
Okay.
Two truths and a lie.
All right.
Now, let's see how good I get this one.
Mind
you, don't got to be in no specific order.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out the order.
Let me get right for this one. She lived a life.
Yeah, I did. Okay. So, okay. So, I got charged in middle school for offensive touching that almost landed me my dream job.
She was on the run. Okay, that's one.
Charged, yeah.
Insane.
I did a shotgun wedding when I was 21.
Shotgun wedding. She jumped the broom.
And
shotgun wedding. Okay. Make it good. Make it good. Come on now.
I had a hard time getting acclimated to being in college.
You had a hard time acclimated in college? Okay, let's run it down.
The offensive touching charge almost cost me my dream job.
Okay, that one.
Shotgun wedding.
Shotgun wedding at 21.
At 21. And had a hard time getting acclimated to making friends in college.
My rep is on the line for this one. Because it's stuff I know about you, stuff I don't know about you. So I don't know what's what. Damn. Two truths and a lie. All of it sound like it could be the truth, though.
Isn't that the purpose?
Yeah, but some of like I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know which one is the lie, but I'm gonna figure it out. All right, so I got a 33.3% chance of getting this right. I'm gonna say the lie is trying to find friends or whatever in college. I'm gonna say that's the lie. I don't know why. I think I'm wrong, though.
You think you're wrong?
I think I'm wrong, but it sounds like it could have been right, though. Like I said, I don't know everything about you. I know, like, the shotgun wedding, and I'm looking at, all right, she got 3 kids. I'm trying to do the math in my head. Like, that could be right, though. I'm going to say that's the lie. That's the lie.
Friends.
Yeah. I'm going to say that's the lie.
That's the lie.
That's a lie? I got it. I finally got it. I'm like, yo, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, all right, I know she got an older son. She got this, she got that. Like, Damn, but she never ever said nothing about her situation. That's crazy. Elaborate. Shotgun wedding. I'm going with that one off the rip. Y'all gonna learn this as soon as I learn it.
All right. So the shotgun wedding, honestly,
I'm so shocked.
I've always
Wow.
I've always thought outside the box, right?
Okay.
And so wow. I really like this person.
This coming out tomorrow. This is crazy.
So while I really like this person and we were a good fit, right? For me, I was thinking futuristic. I'm like, okay, he's in the military.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to college, right? Like, we'll have a great life.
Y'all set.
We're set. Love will come later. You know what I mean?
You was one of them? Yeah, that's old school love.
That's old school.
That's old school. They ain't having now.
So it's like, when you think about it, for real, what can we build collectively?
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that was real for me. You know, and so he proposed, and I told my mom and my sisters, like, we're close, right? So I'm like, we're gonna get married next weekend, and they're like, girl, whatever.
Yeah, I know you.
I hopped on the road, and we got married. And they thought when I came back, I was like, I got married, y'all. They thought I was lying.
Where you get married at?
In Virginia.
Virginia, for lovers, the state for lovers.
Listen.
What part of Virginia?
We were in Woodbridge, but he was in the military, so like, you know.
So y'all situation was like Denise and Martin.
Yeah.
Look,
yeah, I got a little bit
left. Denise and Martin, shout out to the Cosbys.
Yeah, so lesson learned. You know what I mean? But
little Olivia.
When I think about it, honestly, if he would have stuck to the plan,
right,
we would probably still be married.
Okay, what was the plan?
The plan was, all right, we're going to do this. We're going to continue to build. I'll be out of college.
Right.
And in 5 years, we'll do a big wedding where we'll invite everybody.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
What's it called? A vow renewal and all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it would have been a first for the family to be a part of that experience, right?
Got you.
And so, again, we were young, but we were both, like, really wise beyond our years. And for him, like, he is a country boy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I have a lot of street smarts. Right. And so him being...
So he was a little country, you was a little Rocky Road.
I wasn't Rocky Road. I was like salted caramel.
Salted caramel,
my God. But anyway, so, you know, being from the country, living in the D.C. area, it's like being in a candy store.
Yeah.
You know, so it was just too much.
Yeah.
You know, and so he made some decisions. I made some decisions to say, like, I grew up in a home with domestic violence. So I've always committed to never having my kids grow up in an environment.
That you grew up in, yeah.
Right? And so no matter what, I'm going to always put my kids first, and I will roll out. And it got to the point where it could have potentially turned that way. So I had to leave.
You had a dip. Okay.
Yeah, so that's how that happened. And like, you know, we can bust it up and all that good stuff, but it's like we were young and, you know, but again, I think when you put plans out there,
right,
it's okay to pivot.
That is true.
And so, yeah, so that was that. I got into a fight. I share this story with kids all the time. I got into a fight in the 8th grade. This big girl, like she's like a sumo wrestler. And I was always, and I'm not trying to body shame anybody, right?
Like,
no,
wow,
I'm just saying, I'm
baby
trying to get the folks to visualize it,
Got
right?
you, context.
So, in 8th grade,
women is something different.
I probably had just hit 105.
Damn.
Right? So I'm thinking I'm big time because I'm finally in the hundreds.
I ain't been 105 since 6th grade.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
So I'm thinking, like, you know, but again, so my 105 to this bigger chick, you know, and she was like a bully or whatever, and she would try to throw her weight around to intimidate people, but I already told you I was in the hallway. Right? So I wasn't scared of too many things.
Right,
you know what I mean? And I said I was going to stop saying this, but I'm going to say it for the sake of this show. I'm scared of two things. Rodents and reptiles, right?
We scared of the same rodent.
Yeah. So, you know, that's been my whole life pretty much. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. So her and I get into this fight, but we're at a school where all my cousins go.
Oh, you getting jumped, heifer?
So
Tonight.
we're tussling, the
Right.
bell rings, and all my cousins come around the corner, and they're like, Eb and so is fighting. So my cousins are like busting through, like, so
Like, what's up?
her mom pressed charges, like, um, so I ended up with offensive touching charges. One thing I
Damn.
thought, and this is a misconception, a lot of kids today still believe
Right,
it,
right.
is that if I get in trouble before I turn 18,
This gonna be wiped away.
it goes away.
No.
It doesn't go away,
No.
right? So that was 8th grade. I graduated college, got this job at the hospital.
Pop right up.
They called me into the office. Is there something you need to tell us about your background? I'm like, no, ain't nothing on my background.
Yeah, what you talking about? Why am I here?
Yeah, what you talk about, Willis?
Right.
So, and I'm like, I'm getting
the
offended because
Arnold.
I'm like, who are y'all talking to? Like, there's nothing on my,
Right.
They turn the screen around.
What?
And it says offensive touching, and it has the year. So I look at the year, and I'm like, doing the math, like, I was in the 8th grade.
Yeah.
So I'm leaning into it
That was
now.
back then.
Yeah, I'm like, that should have came off because when I
Yeah,
turned
that's-
18, it should have went away.
Yeah.
That wasn't the case.
So it wasn't expunged.
So they gave me 2 weeks, and they were like, you got 2 weeks to get this situated. If you can get it situated in 2 weeks, we'll hold your job. So I had to go and
What was the job?
I was a
Contact purposes.
I was a school counselor.
Oh, I would say if it was Foot Locker or something like.
No. It was after college.
Kick rocks. Gotcha.
Yeah, so I got so this was after I got my degree in counseling. When I'm
Oh,
first
so
starting.
you gotta have a spongy clean.
Yeah,
Got you.
because I'm working with kids.
Yeah.
And so, so they were like, we'll give you 2 weeks, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, I don't even know where to start. But
Right.
I go to the courthouse and
there was no Google back then.
no Google. And they're like, well, you got to go to the pathonatory's office. You have to do this. You have to do that. And so I had to do all of this stuff. I had to put it in the newspaper, right, to get it expunged. And so I'm like, I only have 2 weeks with this job. So we were trying to like expedite the process. And glory to God, I don't want to go to church on nobody, but
Well,
it was expunged. You know what I mean?
Right.
But had that not happened,
Yeah.
it would have still been on there, and it would have come up in different
So
ways and with different opportunities.
It was like a blessing in disguise that it popped up.
It was a blessing in disguise.
That's crazy though.
But 8th grade, I'm in my 20s with this job, and so something that happened in 8th grade could have cost me everything.
The fact, I'm looking at it from with all the technology we have in current 2025. How was they alerted back then to something that was on your record from something even further back then? That's wild.
Well, your fingerprints follow you.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
Kids don't think about that. They think it's fun and games. So when I got charged with that, I'm in the courthouse like, okay.
Yeah,
You know
anybody
what I mean?
I'm going home.
I'm going home. Like, it'll go away when I turn 18. I don't got nothing to worry about. And that's what I really thought.
That's a hell of a testimony. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, but I share that with kids a lot, because that is a huge misconception,
True.
And so I say that to say that a lot of my personal experiences have afforded me the opportunity to be the type of therapist that I am. And I think that's what makes it easy for me to connect. And people often ask, like, how is it so easy for you to connect to families, right?
Right.
And I'm like, because my family went through stuff too.
True.
You know what I mean? Like,
True.
I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth.
True.
Everything I got, I had to work for.
Your testimony came with a test.
Yeah.
So that's wild. I feel like I thought I knew you. I didn't know you at all before this. That's crazy.
But that's the thing, right? Like, people are like built from so many different things.
True.
That make them tick, that make them who they are, that make them kind of operate and share the things that they share. And when I realized that by being open about my experiences, because that's the thing, people really want to feel like I'm not in this alone. Like, somebody else has gone through something similar. Yeah, and so I'm very open, and even in my sessions, when somebody's talking about something, if I have something to relate, I'm going to share. I don't make their session about me, but I'll just share to let them know, like, I totally understand.
Yeah. You're not in this alone.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Damn. So we kind of had to close on the episode. So this is where we like to give a truth of the week. Basically, a truth of the week is whatever you got on your mind, your heart, your mental, and just give them some words of encouragement to the folks out in the world. And you like, drop some jewels or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm
Truth
gonna
of the
say
week.
I'm gonna use you as the truth of the week,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I think that it is so commendable, right, that
Talk slow now.
you that you are raising
Right.
a female child
Oh, you about to make me
and
cry.
that you're pouring into her and that you knew when she needed something else, right, outside of you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I think that it takes a certain confidence to be able to say that and not to feel like you're losing your place as dad. You know
Right.
what I mean? Not to feel like you're failing as her primary caregiver. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
Like
right.
you put her in front of me and you let us rock out and do our thing. And because of that, I've seen so much growth in her. And so I think that for that alone, you should pat yourself on the back
Because
because
I need it. Oh
there
my
are a
God.
lot of fathers
Right.
that wouldn't even know where to begin, right?
Right.
That couldn't even have like the hard conversations with their daughters. That couldn't be like,
Right.
well, I'm gonna put her in front of you and you kind of work through that with her and bring me in as needed. You know what I mean? But you're one of like you're an exception when it
I've
comes
been
to
hearing that all my life. No.
in a good way.
I'm trying not to cry, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm trying not to
But
cry.
you're the exception, and when I think about where she is now versus where she started, and how open she is about the decisions that she's making, how she holds herself accountable, how you chastise her but in a nurturing way, right?
Right.
And I think all parents could learn from that.
Yeah.
You know, and
I used to struggle with that. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. And so it's been like y'all could be the poster kids for how well therapy works, right? So like
Right,
you have
right,
your own
right,
therapist,
right.
she has her therapist, and y'all are able to work through things like parallel from each other and then also collectively.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of families miss out on those opportunities of
Yeah.
getting to get in with their kids in
That's
that
true.
way. You
That's
know,
true.
because these are skills that she'll be able to use as an adult and when she leaves the house to go on to college.
I don't even want to talk. We not. Oh, we not gonna talk about that.
College.
We not. We definitely don't have to talk about that because I've been bad on that for the last couple weeks now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say thank you because I'm not tell you I'm trying to hold back tears. I ain't gonna lie to you. So my truth for the week is I had a crazy week. I ain't gonna lie. I've been trying not to crash out. I've been just trying to stay focused. But I would say my truth for the week will be when people got you effed up, just boss up and keep it moving.
That's it.
They not worth the energy, yo. Like you could peep all the subtle BS, all you know, just when you peep how people was moving, and you know what it's heading for, it's like you addressing it is not going to change nothing because you can't change their behavior. You can't make them do this. You can't make them do that. All you could do is change how you react to it and just keep it moving. And that's where I'm at with it. With a lot of stuff. And you're like, you know what? You moving funny. You moving funny. You moving funny. All right, note it. This is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna boss up and I'm gonna just keep it moving. It's like I feel like that's the best revenge.
It is, and when you really realize and accept you got too much to lose, right?
Yeah.
I tell my kids all the time they saved me because if I
Oh, you
wasn't a
ain't lying.
parent, I would be locked
up.
up.
They won't let me out.
Listen, yeah. So
Oh, I like what you just did. Oh man, I like what you
my
just
gosh,
did.
but they
Oh, I
saved
can't even
me.
say nothing.
You know,
Oh man,
yeah.
you good. You good, man.
So I'm
That's
just saying,
crazy.
and I
Yeah.
do think it's that like when you get to a
They
certain
probably like, what
point
they
in life,
talking about?
yeah,
You'll see.
they'll get it. But yeah, you're just like I have too much to lose, and I'm not going to jail for nobody. I want to sleep in my bed.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to eat when I want. We just said we foodies.
I don't want to have no bedtime. None of that. Like, you're not worth it.
I want to take a shower when I want to take a shower. You know what I mean?
That part.
I want to use the bathroom in private.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not protect my butt.
Come on. Yeah, but
I'm not doing that.
no. And I think it's just that. And one thing you said, and I use that all the time, like everything is about how you decide to respond and react to it.
Right.
Right? Because either way, we have consequences. Again,
true.
like I said earlier, both good and bad.
True.
And so
True.
you decide how you're going to respond and react because, like you just said, you can't control what the other person is going to do.
I can't.
You know, and it's like, and the most people that challenge you, they don't have shit to lose.
They don't.
You
They
know?
don't.
So they're like, okay.
It's all going to be a come up for them. Yeah, like people be driving around the street, no insurance, dodging through traffic, or they ready to crash out. If you do anything to them, they won't come up because they ain't got nothing to lose. They're already at the bottom.
They're already there. Like,
So,
I don't argue with people.
I'm trying not to.
I'd be like, okay. Okay is one of the most powerful words. And my sister got me there because she was like, girl, what is wrong with you? Like, why you keep da-da-da-da? Just say okay. And I'm like, you know what? And I start saying okay, and now I overuse okay.
Somebody ever had you effed up so bad and like do text and you type the whole paragraph and you go back and read it, you like,
nope, delete, okay.
But I feel so much better when I type it. Like, all right, I can put it in the atmosphere, but if I send it, like, no, I don't want you to know that you got me that fucked up.
And so I say okay, and then I'll call my sister, like, B, guess what? B. Yeah. So, and I think all of our healing and our growth journeys are about releasing that pent up stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like I don't have to give you the negative part that you're reaching for, because I got people I can let that out to.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I'm gonna let it out, and then we're gonna laugh about it. We might, you know what I mean?
Definitely gonna drink on that.
So yeah, we got too much to lose.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Dr. Eb. I keep saying Dr. Eb, but I know since she about to be. Let people know where they can find you at. Drop your IG handles, social media information.
Okay, so Ebony Maddrey, Patchwork Human Services. The office is located here inside of the Claymont Community Center. And what else? You can find us on Instagram at Patchwork Human Services, LLC. You can visit our website at www.patchworkhumanservices.com, or you can call or text me at 302-501-6641. If you're ready to get started with therapy, give us a call, and we'll get you to where you need to be on your journey. Or if you know someone that could benefit from therapy or a consult, give us a call. And let's make it do what it do. Like, it's all about healing at this point. And peace.
Definitely peace. Do you do adults as well as children?
Oh, I see everybody. And so I say that to say, like, normally they want you to kind of box yourself in.
Right.
I see everybody because of my experience. So right now, I am able to utilize like that early childhood background. I've done intensive outpatient with preschoolers all the way through geriatric age, right? And so right now, I see clients. My youngest client is 3. So I do play therapy. I'm trained in play therapy as well. And my oldest client is 77. And so for me, it helps to break up the monotony of things, right? And so it keeps me on my toes.
That's very broad. I ain't gonna lie.
It is very broad, but I have training in all of these areas. And when I stepped into private practice, I didn't want to lose that.
Right.
And so I didn't want to say I only focus on kids or I only focus on adolescents, right? Because I'm like, I'm skilled enough to see all of them.
Right.
And if there's something that I can't do, I refer out. So even if, someone calls me and they do a consult and it's something that I'm not trained in, or if I don't have the capacity to do,
right.
My goal will be to connect them with someone who does. So
that's good shit. That's good stuff right there. Damn. I don't even went in the episode, y'all, because I done had a time. But I go pick my child up from work. Not even gonna lie to y'all. But this is the Truth Table. We'll be back next week. I think this episode is going to drop tonight. I got work to do. If nothing else, the audio will be out tonight, and I can do the visuals another day. Okay. But I appreciate you being on the Truth Table. You've been such a good host. Like, you've been a good host on the Talk Years Tuesdays Live. You just all that. You need to get your own podcast.
I gotta get through the schoolwork first. Once I get through that, then I promise I'm gonna put some things in place.
She's still elevating, y'all. That mean y'all can do it too, though.
But I think you can run back our first conversation.
Yeah, I still got it.
Right? You remember what it was?
You talking about show up for your kids the same way you show up for pussy.
Come on.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Run that one back.
Yeah,
you know
definitely.
What I mean? So
they're like, wait, what? She said what?
Yeah, I mean, I can go there too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I try to
we have you back for another joint.
Keep it poised.
Poised. I can't even spell it. But shout out to y'all. True Table Podcast. We out. Catch y'all next week. 2 fingers. That was a good joint.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I was